There we go.
Welcome back to the Daughters of the Moon podcast. We're really grateful today to have you back and to have our special guest, Jessica Harrison. She is an intuitive spiritual coach, master teacher, psychic, medium, masseuse, mom of two, happily engaged, almost married now, in June. She helps clients from all around the world heal and feel inspired and empowered, hosts group events and retreats, and now is helping on an even deeper level. So welcome, Jessica. We're really glad that you can join us on here.
We sure are. Find out all about you here and what you love to do the most and what creates your interest and inspires you.
Yeah. And I follow you because I know you do your weekly spiritual connection with everyone where you give out readings and do some crystal bowl healings, which is really lovely. I often have to do the after one re-recorded because I forget to do but it's very valuable. I love the information that you share.
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always channeled, right? So I never know, kind of like you ladies, how you flow through your podcast here. You never know what's going to come up or who's going to come through, kind of a thing. You just let it flow. And I feel the universe always provides the information that we need or the listener or watcher needs at that time.
That's so true.
Yeah. So thank you for having me. It's a joy to be here today.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad because I've been wanting to have you on for a while, and I said to my mom, "Oh, you got to meet this girl. She's so nice. She's daughter of a friend of mine, and
very nice."
So we're so glad.
Very pleased. Very, very pleased.
Thank
you. We want you to inspire the listeners too with what you do, so they know there's another place to go for their healing and that kind of thing. So that's part of the reason we want you on here too, is to educate us and them on your levels of what you do.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Okay, perfect. So should we start it off of what we were already kind of talking about here?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so we're all intuitive, right? So some people will pick up the information by feeling it. You might hear it, you might have a knowing, you might see it. For each person, we all pick up it differently. For me, I'm more of a feeler. So I find that I pick up people's information, especially in the throat chakra. It's been happening a lot within the last couple of years, but especially this year. On my birthday, I lost my voice, which I found was very interesting, right? And then with my mom unexpectedly passing, it took a long time to clear everything and heal. And I found that within the last few months of me doing this work, people are having a lot more throat issues coming up. It's always been a thing for my clients and the people that I help, but I find for myself, me being a feeler, a few minutes before popping on with you beautiful ladies, I started to get that throat thing, right? So I want to let everyone know that sometimes when we're having random symptoms and little things coming up in the body, it might not always be yours. So what you can do is hold the space and ask, what are you trying to tell me? Is this mine? So ladies, let's do it right now. If you're, everyone watching, if you're ready. So you can just hold your hand on your throat and kind of close your eyes if that feels good to do so. Take a nice big deep breath into the throat and just kind of sigh it out and just start to become aware of what you may be holding in your throat. And the information might come to you like knives, stuckness, gray, people, emotions, or anything else. So for you ladies, what are you seeing or sensing or feeling in your throat at this time? Does anything come to mind that it's trying to show you that you're carrying there?
Mine came up with fear. Was the very first word that came out was fear. I don't know of what.
Perfect. So take a deep breath and close your eyes again, if that feels good to do so, and ask the fear, where do you stem from? And you might get emotional as well as the emotions start to flow through the body as you're starting to listen to the body. Some people get emotional. You might hear it, you might feel it.
Okay.
And did it tell you something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you want
It said, yeah, sure. It tells me I was blocking I asked what I was blocking, and they said what you're hearing.
Wow.
So I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
And I also heard fear age 5. So do you remember anything from when you were 5 years old of what was going on for you and your family at that time? Because you may have seen something, you may have heard something, somebody might have talked to you in a certain way, or you may have heard something, usually has to do with family stuff at that age, right?
Right, yeah. I can think of a few things, yes, from that time, yes.
Yeah.
Moving around a bit and that kind of thing, yeah.
So you've been holding it since you were 5. So that's a long time, right? So what we want to do, my protocol with people is we want to acknowledge it. So we've held it, we've asked it, okay, what is this? What are you trying to tell me? So we reveal it. It said fear for you. And then for me, this is why I love to coach you guys, is because we can dive a bit deeper. You're listening, you're in your body, and I'm picking up little fragments from your energy field of what I'm getting chills too. So the guides like to give us chills as we are, the truth bumps, as we're revealing everything. So we want to feel that emotion. Okay, you're feeling fear that stems from age 5 and all the things, the moves and everything that was going on then. So what I invite you to do, if it feels good to do so, you can place your hand on your throat again, closing the eyes if that feels good again. And just start to imagine you yourself now. You're watching your younger self, your 5-year-old self. And how does she look? How does she feel there? Is she scared? Is she sad? What else is coming to you from that age as you watch her and watch what's going on?
Okay.
So as you watch it, just observing it, and then see if there's anything else that comes to mind about the situation or what's going on for you, who you're with. And then you can set the intention that you are ready to let it all go today. So take a nice big deep breath into your throat. And we all have a healing touch. So you can imagine that you're turning on your healing touch. And anyone watching and listening, you can turn on your own healing touch too in your throat. Or if there's another area anyone else is guided to go to that area as well. So just set the intention. I'm now turning on my healing touch. You can flick it on like a light switch on your palm, or you can just imagine that the healing is coming out of you into the body, into the area that you need to heal. So I invite you to breathe in a beautiful healing color, and whatever color comes to mind is perfect for you at this time. So start to breathe in this healing color as you're healing yourself with your hand. Playing with the color, I'm starting to get chills. So you're starting to release, and you might get chills. You might start to feel lighter, and just let your younger self know, I'm ready to let this go now. Let yourself know now that I'm ready to let this go. And you can intone it. You can say it out loud, whatever feels best for you. And then start to energetically and physically pull out the strands that you have placed in there. And just imagine that you're discarding them into the earth, or you can let them float up to the white light, or you can imagine them going into like a recycling bin of light and the angels can take it up. However you want to see it go, or anything else. If other imagery pops up for you, it's perfect. So just allowing it to go, taking some more deep breaths into your throat and noticing if it's more expansive now, if it feels clear, it feels better overall. How does it feel for you?
Feels pretty good.
Perfect.
Okay,
Okay, so
it feels pretty good. It was interesting what I saw too, and
yeah,
I'll be
because
working on that.
Perfect. Yeah, and there's layers, right? Layers and layers.
Yeah.
And when we do the sessions and when we can slow down, I love to teach people how to do this, because when you're not in a session with me for Reiki massage or a distant Reiki or a healing event, then you can really empower yourself to go into the body and listen and realize, oh wow, I have been holding this for a long time, and I'm ready to let it go. And maybe there's something in there that you're not ready at some point to let it go. That's okay. Just honoring, okay, I'm holding fear here. Maybe I'm not fully ready to let it go, but I understand it's here, and that's okay. So maybe you want to play with duality of what would be the difference of fear. Maybe it's love, right? Or maybe it's joy or happiness. It could be anything for you. And then so playing with that fear is there, breathing in the opposite emotion, playing with those duality of emotions, to kind of release and decrease the fear and blend them in together. So we're not always trying to pull things out. If something's not ready to go, it's not ready to go, and that's okay too. But a lot of times it is ready and you're ready, and that's why it will come up for you to address. So sudden aches, sudden pain, sudden things in the body, our bodies are always trying to tell us what's going on in there. So if we just take the time to listen, like, oh, what is this? What are you trying to tell me? Your body will tell you. And it might not tell you right as you're asking, like, tell me now, you know, if you're trying to force if you're trying to force the answer, like, I just need to know, or pull it out, get it out. No. So we want to sit with it. And if it doesn't tell you right away, that's okay too. Just knowing your body, if you've never learned how to listen to the body, it might take some time to feel safe opening up to you. And I'm getting chills. So that's a validation of, like, for some people watching that, oh, okay, or an aha moment. So yeah, so everybody receives the information differently. As you release it, it might feel more like chills, and you might feel lighter, you might get tingles, warmth, different sensations. And then as you're breathing in that color that you choose, allow that color to just flow through the body. I'm really like kind of go, let's say it's your throat, really go into that throat and feel that fear and just cocoon it or blanket up. Like, I love you. It's okay. It's okay to have this fear. I honor you. I'm listening. I'm here for you. And then sometimes you can go back and ask your inner child or your younger self, your 5-year-old self, what do we need to know right now? Is there anything you want to tell me? So how did she feel as you were watching her?
It was interesting because at first, because she was observing what was in front of her. Okay, so the whole picture was within a picture, sort of thing.
Right.
Picture within a picture. And as the fear was being resolved, I could hear things around me. Can't tell you what it was being said, but I knew that was what it was going on. And as that was sort of happening, then I was realizing what I was fearful of. Right. And so getting rid of that sort of thing, like, and yellow is usually not I mean, I get it through my chakras and things like that. It's not one of the first colors that come up when I see my colors, but this time it came up yellow. And I thought, well, that's very different for me too. So that told me something as well.
Yay. So as that was your healing color that you chose?
Yeah.
I love that because I saw yellow too, and I wanted to see we're
Nice.
telepathic, right? And sometimes we choose the same
Mhm.
colors together. Sometimes we don't, but it's interesting to know, okay, we're open to giving and receiving the information. And if you think of yellow, yellow is joy, it's fun, it's playful, it's, you know, it can be the sunshine, it can be the solar plexus chakra, right? It can be so many different things as you play with that joyful yellow. Because if you think of the fear, it's like, okay, let's play and let's just bring happiness and love into this area.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
I love
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And then what else you could do if it's still kind of stuck in there is go back and ask her, is there anything else we need to know? Or sometimes I get clients to hold the younger self. So you can do this at any time. What I like to do is I'll have a bath or get into my meditative space and I'll kind of hold myself. I don't do it as much anymore because I feel like I've healed so much of my childhood traumas and wounds.
Yeah.
So I'll hold myself and just say, take some deep breaths, right? Get into that centered position of focusing on my breath, relaxing. And then as I'm one with myself, what age do I need to go back to heal today? Take that deep breath in, and just like how you saw those past the imagery, the visions of what was being stored in there, you usually see it could be a picture, it could be an emotion, a person, it play out like a movie kind of a thing. And you just watch. And then, yeah, if you need to hold your younger self, you can hold them. Or if you need to, sometimes if an adult is yelling at you or something's going on, you yourself now can stand in front of the child and just say, no, you can't speak to her that way, or that person, whoever you're protecting.
Right.
And just and a lot of times too, what we can do is see our parents as little babies as well, because when we can see them through the eyes of compassion, we can forgive them for hurting us in the way that they were hurt, and so on and so on. It's ancestral, right? So each generation, we're trying to do our best, and each generation, right? And each generation does do better, but there's still that bit of trauma and wounding that does happen, because we're all learning and growing as we're going. You know, you don't
Yeah.
look back and think, oh, my mom didn't know what the heck she was doing when I was a kid. You know, you think your parents know everything. So when you can see them as a scared little baby and you just have so much love, it's like, okay, I forgive you. You just needed love too. So that's a fun one you can go back to as well to help heal your parents or grandparents or so on, and just hold everyone and just say, I love you, I forgive you, I'm here for you. Because ancestral healing is so, I'm getting so many chills, I love it. So ancestral healing is so beautiful, because not only does it heal us, it helps heal our ancestors, right?
Yes, yes, it does. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I know.
I know my fiance will make fun of me. He's like, oh yeah, look at the
I do that too all the time. It's like, whoa, look at that.
Right? Yeah, those are so I find what I like to tell people is realize and become aware of when you get the bumps. Is it a truth bump? Is it because, you know, a guide has come in and is touching you, or a past loved one is here? Or is it because you're letting things go? I get 3 different kinds for those 3 different reasons. So sometimes if I'm in a session and grandma is hanging out right here, I'm like, oh, grandma is right in my energy field. Hello. You know, that's like, it's cold and all the chills are going. But when we're releasing, it's like, or the truth bumps of like, wow, this is amazing, because it talks to our cells, it talks to our soul, and it resonates with us. So that's why we get those chills, right? To validate that.
Yeah, listening to our own selves, right?
Yeah, I love when you get them. I was just recently talking to one of my stepdaughters and giving her some messages over the phone. They were just she was asking me some questions, and I was getting all these messages, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, nope, that's right, because I just got the tree bumps, right?
Right? I love that.
Yeah, it was great. I'm like, you take that message with you.
You bet. You bet. What you do with it,
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice when you are just listening and getting that information coming in. I just love that quiet time to get that.
Yes. Yeah. I always try and tell clients to start the day off right with some self-care. So I have to drop off my girls at the bus first, and then I can have my self-care time before clients. So I ask my soul or my inner child or myself, all aspects of myself, what do I need today? What do I need to fill up my cup so that I can be my best self, to be of service to everyone else? And then I might need to go for a run with the dogs. I might need to have a shower. I might need to dance and just shake out energy, or do a yoga class. Today I did Pilates before we were doing this today. So every day is a bit different. And then I say that as we fill up that cup, that overflowing is what we give to other people. So if we don't take that time to fill up our own cup, we'll run dry, and then we get resentful, we can get sick, we can get thrown off, we're not in our best authentic self, and then we just don't have a great day. And I also tell people to do a midday check-in. So let's say you set the intention for your wake up routine to have a great day, or whatever intention it is you want to have that day. Midday check-in, am I still on my intention, or have I veered off because somebody's triggering me or something's happening outside of me? And just take some deep breaths. Okay, how am I holding my body? What am I doing with my body? And let it go. And then it sets the tone for the rest of the day. And then a nice bedtime routine helps as well. So how can I relax tonight for my highest good? So sometimes it's doing some stretches, doing some journaling, reading a nice book, listening to some nice music, having a bath. It can be whatever. And every day is a bit different. If you enjoy what you're doing, you can continue to do it. But we don't want it to be like work, right? Like, oh, I have to do this again. We want it to be like, I get to do this, and I'm so excited to have my wind down time just for me. This is my sacred time to just fill my cup up and fill my soul, you know?
Yeah. And you have to do that. You really need to do that. Everybody should. We need that time to calm us down before we sleep, and we need that time in the morning to encourage us to move on and get the things we want done. You know, for us every single day. So yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, I like that, because I do have my morning ritual. I usually journal, and then do my grateful journal, do my journal, dream journal, all in one book, right? Because I'm too lazy to have 3 journals. And then I usually pull my card for the day, just to, you know, kind of get any messages I need to know. And then, I've been going out and sitting in the sun for a few minutes before I go to work, just to take in that sun energy and just be
Mhm.
relaxed and set my intention out there, right? Of how I
Yeah.
want my day to go.
Yeah, it really helps. The
Do
sun
I need
helps.
crystals, no crystals.
Yeah, the sun can really help activate, right? So that's why when it's gray and it's just yucky in the winter, I find it hard. So what I like to do for people that do like us, that do love the sun, is I'll tell people to just kind of ground their energy and then allow yourself to energetically go up and past the clouds. And imagine you're laying on the clouds and the sun is on you. It's so warm and you can see the blue sky and you're just relaxing up there for however long you need, because that sunshine, we really need that sun in our lives to help activate, to help us grow, to help, just makes you feel better overall. Just go outside in nature and just be, and you'll feel a lot better, right? So
It's true. It's true.
absolutely.
And we had so
Yeah.
much smoke here for the last little bit because of the fires and that, and it certainly put a very gloom and doom kind of morning. And when you looked at it, it was like, oh, really? That's all you're going to give us today? You know,
Yeah.
the sun was trying to come out a little bit, but when the sun did finally come out, it was like, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes what I do too is if it is kind of smoke, because here in BC, right, we get that smoke too. We got it from you guys. It's gone now because of the rain, right?
oh, thank
But
God.
what I like to do is because we all have our own light shining inside of us, right? So all become that light, because if you think of that grayness, that smoke is kind of to you, imagine it's probably doing that to the collective, right? So when we can shine our own light and just bring it brighter and brighter and brighter, and us just being ourselves will help light the way to other people, and then they'll light up and they'll light up, and it's a really neat thing to watch. So I try and really light myself out before I go out to Superstore or any markets or anywhere I have to go, and I open doors for people. I'm smiling and I'm trying to just light the way as we go, right? Because we're all here collectively vibrating, and some are lower, some are higher, and so when we can just light the way of like,
Yeah.
and sometimes what I like to do when I'm waiting in a lineup, I used to get frustrated back in the day of like, I would try and pick the quickest one and like get out of there. But now it's like, hang out in this energy and see how I can shift this, right? So turn on my Reiki and I'll just ask anyone intuitively there that if they want Reiki, I'll send them some love and healing for their highest good. And anyone that doesn't want it, they don't have to get anything. I'll send them good vibes. And then so you can see the energy shifting and people are smiling more too. And it just feels so much lighter. And it really helps. And you don't have to have Reiki to do it. You can just set the intention of, I want to play with the energy here. I want to see how I can, shift some people.
Manipulate it a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You can do it with green lights too. I don't know where you guys live exactly, how many lights you guys have, but you can, if you're in a big city, you can really change it if you're getting all red lights.
Yeah.
And just change the energy, right? And just stay green, stay green, stay green. And then it's really neat.
I love that. I love doing that when you're right. It's like, okay. And then sometimes I look, you get the red light and I'm like, okay, why do I need to slow down? Like, what are why did you stop me to what reason?
So like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I missed something. Yeah, it's true. Best to pay attention all the time to all the messages you're receiving. Do we always do that?
Yes. Slow down. So I always say prayer is us talking to the universe or whoever you like to talk to, right? God, source energy, angels, whoever they are that you consider you're talking to. And then us meditating, us slowing down, like at the red lights. What am I missing? Why do I need to slow down? Okay, I'm listening, right? So right, it's like, where is this? People send it out all the time. I want this, I want that, and like they're going, but they don't take the time for the guidance to be downloaded into them, right?
That's right. That's right. They don't download it. That's exactly it. Right?
Yeah, we really do need to make that space for ourselves to just sit and be quiet. And it's funny to me when I'm out and about and interacting with a lot of different people, how many people actually cannot just sit in silence for like a minute. Like their brains are just going so much that they need to fill that space.
It's true.
With conversation.
Like they're on their phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I'll sit at the airport and kind of watch people, like, and everybody's just, not everybody, but I would say 90% of the people are on a device, just not interacting, right? And they're just, they're waiting for the next thing. They're excited, but they're not living in the present moment of the opportunity to connect with other people or to just be. Yeah, it's interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Yeah, not paying
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah. And then you got your retreat coming up here right away.
Yes,
Springtime,
I
right?
actually have a few retreats now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one big one at Boston Bar for July 14th to 16th. It's Boston Bar, BC. It's amazing. The Nahatch River. Have you guys been up to Boston Bar before?
No,
No.
No. Oh, the energy there, like I get chills every time talking about it. It's just such a magical place. I'm not a drinker anymore. I haven't drinking for maybe, I think it's been 5.5 years now. So, but I love chocolate. I love sugar, right? So I try and eat the healthier chocolates. And so last summer, one of my goals and intentions when I went there for a retreat was to just let go of sugar again, because I found that it was the stress of last year. I did a karmic clearing and everything was breaking down. It was crazy. So like our boat broke down 3 times when we went to the coast. Our truck broke down when we were coming to Alberta. We had the fire that was just on the other side of the mountain that we were on alert, evacuation alert for like a month. We had a flood. Like it was like one thing after another. I'm like, okay, I need to go to this retreat and just be. I was by the river. I was laying on the boulders and hanging out by myself and earth. And after just being at that very special place, in August, I didn't eat chocolate till Christmas. I didn't want it. Like I ate it, sorry, as I drove home. I'm like, this is my last little bit. And then after that, the next day I was like, okay, I'm done. And just from being there, setting that intention till Christmas of having some Christmas treats, right? So now I'm back onto the organic and just eating it like here and there. It's not like I'm, a little stressed because of what's going on around me, right? Because we can kind of, it's like we do good for a bit, but then we kind of come back and then we do good, right? So it's like playing with that energy and not having judgments of ourselves when we do fall back a bit, and just giving ourselves love, compassion, and grace for wherever we're at. Because once we start judging ourselves, then we're kind of hurting ourselves, and we don't want to do that. So the Nahatch River, I'm really excited to go back there. It's the Nourish Your Soul retreat is what it's called. So it's all about a weekend of slowing down. There's restorative yoga with Reiki. Do you guys know what restorative yoga is? Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of people don't know what it is. And so basically
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, you lay there, you maybe fall asleep, you're all propped up and you got blankets, you're all cozy. So I'll be coming around and helping to Reiki everyone feel better. There's going to be a nice sound bath there. We're going to do a guided hike with a guided meditation to connect with the earth and maybe the elemental kingdom. There's going to be workshops to nourish your soul, and there's going to be a dance party to nourish your soul. So basically it's connect with your soul and dance. So talking about how when we connect with ourselves and music, we can help shift the energy as well in ourselves and the universe, the world, our souls, everything, right? Because we're all connected. So it's just a nice weekend getaway to kind of slow down, reset, take what you need, kind of a thing. And yeah, it's going to be beautiful. So that's July 14th to 16th in Boston Bar. And there's still some spots available. So if anyone wants to come join us, it's going to be so beautiful. They're in glamping style tents. So there's usually 4 double beds per tent. And last year when I went, I met some amazing women that are now my friends still. And you're overlooking the booming river. And the color of this river is just, you just want to jump in there and you could go whitewater rafting, but maybe just stay off to the side if you don't want to get sucked away, right? So yeah.
So where is that close to Boston Bar? Where is that close?
Boston Bar. So it's from me in the Okanagan here. I have to drive to Hope,
Right.
BC, and then you drive straight north. So it's about 4 hours from me in Okanagan. It's about 3 from Vancouver. So I'm not sure how far it'd be. So I have some clients that I said, if you want to come, instead of driving all the way, maybe hop on a plane. Flair Air is super cheap from Edmonton to Vancouver, and then get a rental. And then it's only 3 hours away because it's going to be so beautiful. But I will also be coming down to Alberta. And when is it? July 20th or 21st, I think I said. I think it's a Friday or Saturday night at the Irma Horizons hall. I have it booked out because I want to do a healing event there. I'm being called to heal while I come down to hang out in your guys' area. So I'm going to be doing some one-on-ones for Reiki massages. So if anyone wants to come enjoy one of those, you get Reiki, massage, intuitive deep tissue massage, spiritual coaching, and then all of the magical messages. So they can come through me, or we can guide you through, so you can be the psychic medium and you can connect with your past loved ones. I never know who will come up or what will come through. They're very amazing. We record the session. It's 2 hours on the table usually. And it's amazing. It's a really incredible journey of where we go. And with the healing event, I won't have my sound bath bowls there. I might bring my drum, but it'll be journaling, guided meditation, and Reiki. And then something else. The guides are always surprising me with things for these events. I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were going to do this. And they're like, oh, okay. So it's really funny. I never know what we're going to do. Right. So, and yeah, that'll be in Irma. I'm open to coming anywhere in the area if we have people that want to do healing events too. Okay. And we're going to be there probably, I think July, I think it's like 14th. No, because I'm in my retreat. It's the week after that. So like 20, I'm not sure of dates. Oh, here, let me try and pull it up quickly and see. Yeah, I should have had this ready and going. Let me see. Here we go. So June 14th to 16th is my retreat. And then, yeah, the 20th will be coming down to the area. So it's the 21st or 22nd will be at Irma at the Horizon Hall that I have it booked. And then I'll be back in that area again mid the next week too. So I'll be having clients here and there of whoever wants some help to have one-on-ones. Or if you guys want to come for a group healing event, we can do that too on the 21st, 22nd. And yeah, just message me, let me know. Beyond Zen Jess on Instagram or Facebook is where people can find me. Or beyondzenjess.com. All my handles are Beyond Zen Jess, kind of a thing. And then I also have 2-day retreats coming up July 8th and August 19th. And they're going to be facilitated with the plant medicine of psilocybin. So when we can bring in Mother Earth of her healing medicine, it can help us dive deeper. And we'll have a dual sound bath with me and my girlfriend, Jenny, hypnotherapy, guided meditations, Reiki, restorative yoga, so much. It's going to be a 5.5-hour journey here at my home. So yeah, deep healing for those ones, for the people that want to unlock. So when we do a ceremonial dose of plant medicine in a safe container facilitated by people that are trained to help heal and go deep, you can unlock things in your subconscious, kind of like in your throat, how you're like, oh, I didn't know I was holding this, right? So our body is holding things, and sometimes we don't always know how to uncover them. I find some clients that I have will lock things away and they're not ready to fully let it go. So when you open up with the plant medicine, it helps you dive deeper in a safe container to journey and feel that together. So we hold space for everyone that will be coming. Limited space available of only 8 people because we want to be here completely for each person. So there'll be some one-on-ones, there'll be some group stuff. We'll go down to my lake that's just outside there and do a release ceremony, an opening ceremony, and then closing ceremony. Probably not down there, probably there, and then here, hang around the house, and it'll be beautiful. I'm very excited for those too. So things are always popping up. New events are coming up all the time. So if you ladies ever have an event that you want, like, hey, this is a good idea, I would love to come host there as well while I'm down in the area.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we would love that. We're just trying to figure out what next steps ours are as well. But yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, we're trying to push everything into a nice safe place, but
yeah,
what we want to do.
We started talking about maybe doing like almost like a wellness day for everybody to be able to get some of those services, right? Because I've been to a few like locally, and they're just so nice.
They are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's been so awesome talking with you. I can't believe I was excited. This was on our bucket list. So
okay. Well, do you guys have a couple quick minutes here to do another mini guided meditation for yourself and everyone else watching?
Absolutely. That would be great.
Okay, yay. So let's get ourselves situated. I always recommend having water, of course, because when we're moving the energy, cheers. We don't want to get dehydrated. It can cause headaches and body aches and everything. And it helps us feel better, right?
Right. So, it does.
Getting into a nice, comfortable position. You can close down the eyes if that feels good to do so. Just taking some nice, deep, relaxing breaths. And just sighing that out if that feels good to do so. Becoming aware of what you've been holding in the body. So let's take another deep breath in of beautiful, calming blue. So allowing that blue to flow in through the nostrils, in through the entire body, and allowing yourself to feel more and more relaxed with every breath. Noticing how your shoulders feel as you start to gently roll them back. So anything you've been carrying here, consciously or unconsciously, just let it go. Watching it all just wash away with that blue down your back, down into the earth as you breathe in the blue and relax. Watching the blue go throughout the entire body. You can roll your shoulders forward if that feels good. You can kind of bounce them up and down, shake them out. And looking up, looking down, just gently, not really trying to pull too hard on the neck. Just honoring where your body is at today, giving so much love to your body, so much appreciation, placing one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Breathing in love into your entire body now. And I invite you to think of 3 things you're grateful for in your body today. And giving thanks for those things, giving thanks for your entire body, giving thanks for this day, this time for you. And then I invite you to ask yourself, what do I need at this moment in time? And sitting in this love and this gratitude, allow yourself to be in this energy all throughout the day if that feels good. Starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes, coming back to this time, space, reality. And I hope you enjoyed that mini.
That was
beautiful.
very sweet.
That was
Thank you.
awesome. No.
Thank you. Setting up the whole day from here on in.
And imagine that's just a quick one, right? So imagine
Yeah.
if we do that every day, you know, or even at a healing event, how much better you will feel overall. It's
You do it so
Yeah.
well. Thank
Yes,
you.
you do. And I love your, I don't know if
Energy.
I don't know if you've had a chance to watch any of her, like she does a
Wellness Wednesday
Wellness
Wellness
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
and then you
with
do
my
a sacred
Facebook group,
soul.
Spiritually Connected.
Yeah. I have to
So,
look
Yes,
into
so
it. I'll look into
yeah,
it.
you ladies can come join. Anyone watching can come join. It's just on Facebook. Spiritually Connected is what it's called if you search it up. And I go live every Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday. It's something that it's near and dear to my heart. I just want to give back to everyone around the world because I have clients all around the world. So
Right.
I go live. I try about 9:30 p.m. my time, so it's kind of late for you ladies over there in Alberta, 10:30 Mountain Time. So what we do is a general oracle card pull for the week, and a lot of the people I don't even know are in the group. They pop on live. I've never met these people, and I'm pulling for them, and they're saying, "Wow, like this was bang on." When I do the general and the personal pulls, and then at the end, I like to do a mini guided meditation. So just like how we did today. I didn't know what we were going to do. It's always guided for what you guys need at that time. So I think last week we did my sacred forest, and I think everyone was looking at the deck. I think that's what we did. Is that right? I don't know if you had a chance.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever done one like that. And I was thinking, well, this is interesting. And they're guiding me. So I'm like, okay, I'm trusting you of what you're telling me to do here. I'm just the messenger, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's a safe container for people to come hang out. Anything spiritually connected, you guys can post in the group as well. And then so Sacred Soul Sundays every second Sunday as well on Zoom. So that's this Sunday coming up. It's by donation or $20, and you get the distant Reiki oracle card reading that's more in depth because there's not as many people that join us. It's a more intimate night, I find, and then guided meditation that's a lot longer and deeper, and spiritual coaching, and you get the recording as well. So some people that can't watch the live, they'll get the recording and they'll watch it whenever they can. So with the distant Reiki, I put in the symbols so that anytime you guys watch again, it's 1 to 2 times more powerful. So yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
well, thank you so much, Jessica. It's been so fun, and hopefully maybe you'll come back again and join us another time, and we can talk some more.
And thank you for working with my throat. I will keep doing that.
You're so welcome. And yeah, anytime I'd love to join you, talk more about spirit guides, angels, past loved ones, anything and everything that I do. I love all of it. So we could make
Don't we
a
love
whole show out of all of it. So
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and
You're welcome.
everybody, like and follow us, subscribe.
Yeah,
to
Daughters of
us,
the
and
Moon.
Daughters of the Moon, we're the same. Daughters of the Moon, all across the board.
We are.
And just have a magical week.